Hello, welcome all entire Africa, welcome Jambo to everybody watching the program. I'm Josué Bolowa, welcome to the show. So I'm so delighted to be part of you. I'm also like to thank every people, all the viewers around the world watching this program at www.congodailogue.com. I'm Joshua Bolowal International. So today we'd like to make an English version talking about the news, actuality, what's happening here in South Africa, Africa and around the world. All right. So today I'm always delighted and honored to welcome and to receive the President Jemadari Kilele here in South Africa. With him, we are going to discuss about all this information. He has received also some of the SMSs and questions, but we'd like to gather with him so that he can answer to you what's happening in South Africa, what's happening in DRC Congo, what's also happening in Africa. All right. So
this is a scandalous hypocrisy. All along, for the past 20 years since Rwanda has been in Congo, the Catholic Church didn't see that Congolese people have been murdered daily, have been impoverished and dispossessed of their land. Where was the Catholic Church? Where were these priests who wanted to give us a last-minute lessons that they love us? We don't need them. They are accomplices to evil which has been happening in Congo.
I mean, you are not okay with the march the Catholic organizing to support?
No, I said I support it. Is one of the methods.
Yeah, but you're wondering how Catholic they're behind them.
Of course, because these are the people who allowed this criminal of Kagame to prolong an extra time mandate, because when they had a conference at what they call the conference of Senko, through a dubious agreement, they're the one who said, okay, right, we give you 1 year. That was 2017. In December, all right, elections should be organized. Yeah. They are the ones. They are the ones who are chairing the conferences. And it was not for nothing. Truly, money was given to them. They were not working for nothing, because they claim to be God's people who work for nothing.
So by receiving money, they can't decide.
Corruption. It was a corruption, and they are the one who allowed him to continue ruling Congo.
So do you think that the Catholic Church they got the power to say no to the President Kabila to leave, or they can say yes, stay there, or they can no, this is the time to step down? Do you think they have the power? Well,
I think apart from faith mission, churches have got a humanitarian mission. They really must be close to the people, because they have the people in their churches. And they wouldn't allow criminals to joke with the church members. They would be at the forefront, the vanguard of revolution, because they need what they call their sheep, because they call believers, they are the sheep of God. Just get that name, sheep. It means stupid. People who don't believe, who don't think human beings are sheep. Ironically, everybody who goes to church is a sheep, is stupid. You see? A little lamb who has no brain. So they claim to be the farmers, shepherd, who look after us, the sheep. Now, if you are a shepherd, would you like somebody to come and kill and snatch and ill-treat your sheep? No. You would fight, be it a snake, be it another animal, a fox which attacks your herd. You must fight it. Yeah. But these people have been there, enjoying life in a convent. Yeah, that's what they do. And claiming that they are holy, they don't have any feeling that we sinners have. For them, they have hijacked the moral role of blaming people. They educate us, they talk about their God, etc. So Catholic people should have been there since a long time and defend. They should not say church for church, politics for politics, because whosoever does church, religious task, is a politician. And a politician work together with the church. It is proven through history.
So it's what we call in French a masquerade. You know, they're trying.
A masquerade. So I don't believe, I think they are sending people, they are sacrificing people.
Okay.
Catholic Church is sacrificing people. Because you cannot send people into the street who are unarmed, knowing that there is a fully armed military and police, which doesn't hesitate to use real bullet
to disperse people.
To disperse, to kill. The intention is not to disperse. It's not to scare people. The intention is to kill people. Now, knowing that you've got such forces which are trigger happy, you wouldn't tell people descend in the street against the regime. If I were the Catholic Church, because Catholic Church has got plenty of money in the world, probably it is the first richest organization in the world, I would have bought weapons, armed the population to fight the occupant. Therefore, Mikilela will go back to church and become the real believer.
Yo, hey. Thank you so much for still connected to our YouTube channel, Congo Dialogue. You know, our website at www.congodialogue.com. So you're more than welcome to post your questions, to post your views, or no. If you are for or you're against what Mr. Kilele has been raising throughout the show, you are more than welcome. Numbers are on the screen. Mr. Kilele goes step by step to the end of our show. But before that, there is a live video or one of our episodes, one of the viewers watch you. We spoke about the appointment of Mr. Paul Kagame in power as a president of African Union. And apparently, when they watch your video, they say seems like you've been against that appointment. According to you, according to your view, according to your opinion, do you think Mr. Paul Kagame is not fitted to be a president of African Union? Or do you have something against Mr. Paul Kagame?
Yeah, I've got something against him, and he is not fit to be a president.
How come? He's been elected.
No, he was not elected. He was appointed through corruption. Because, as I put it earlier on, many African countries are envious and jealous of Congo. They are afraid should Congo wake up, Congo will crush most of them. He's not fit. You know, to manage a country, you must have some managerial qualities. If the only quality that a leader has is that of killing people, therefore, someone is not fit. Are you going to rule over an empty land, empty country?
No, you can't.
You can't. You need people to work. You need people to push the economy forward. You need people to fill up all the spaces of the land, not massacring them. This guy has got only one skill, that of killing people. That is what he knows, to kill people. And this has been proven worldwide. It is not only Kilele who says it. And the viewer who raised this, maybe he doesn't know, but this is in media, that Kagame is a killer. Books have been published. Warrants, almost 24 warrants of arrest have been issued by the French judge, I think, Brigot. And more are yet to come against Kagame. It is not only Kilele. So I think wherever he is, Kagame is haunted by Kilele's face. But here I am. If you are in a bedroom, you are watching me, here I am. Turn, maybe you are sleeping. Turn, Kilele is here. And I will haunt you everywhere. You are a killer and you are not fit to rule Rwanda. You're not fit to rule the African Union, because anyone who must be African president must be the beauty of Africa in everything. Have good virtue, have moral, have love the people, have the negotiation skill, not tyranny, not jealousy, because Mr. Kagame is a jealous person.
Really?
Mr. Kagame is envious person. He is not satisfied with his tiny Rwanda. Rwanda being a frog, it wants to swallow an elephant like DRC. But the throat will burst and he will die. DRC is an elephant. His dream is to be the president of Congo, as he is for the moment. But at least he's doing it in hiding. He would be more satisfied to be in Kinshasa and to show the world that the real Hitler is here. But you know, President Donald Trump is right when he called African countries that shit-ass all country. Countries. He is right. Our continent is an asshole continent where whatever occurs. How can leaders of our continent elect a criminal to represent us? What will Kagame go to say outside? Fortunately, African Union is a club of mafioso. What do they go to do whenever they go to Ethiopia or to many summits? What do they discuss? Otherwise, Africa would have been developed since a long time. Look, this shame. African Union at 80 or 90% is financed by the European Union. But Africa is the continent which is feeding Europe. There wouldn't be Europe without Africa. They come to steal in Africa, to be what they are in Europe and in America. How do you understand that Europeans are financing African Union? So whatever decision Africans can take, it is dictated by European unions. These leaders go to this summit all the time to discuss what? Because there is nothing tangible which comes out of these discussions. They end up taking champagne, sleeping in cozy hotel rooms with young women. That all? Why can't they discuss the question of Congo? Congo is an African country. In the central, it is the heart beating of Africa, which Franz Fanon, the writer, said the trigger of Africa is in Congo, and Congo is the trigger of Africa. Once that one is touched, things will work. If you don't touch it, things won't work. Congo has got all what can develop Africa without going to the World Bank, going to the International Monetary Fund. It's a matter of going through bilateral negotiations, love, Pan-Africanism, and you get what you need. Instead of going through backyard, hiring a criminal who is heartless, a person like Kagame, who triggered the genocide in Rwanda, killing more than 800,000 people in Rwanda, Tutsi and Hutu included. It is known. It is not a secret. And we should talk about it instead of graduating him as the African president. What does he know in Africa, apart from killing people, the time he was in Uganda and Tanzania in exile?
Mr. Kilele, those people who appointed him, don't you know that they know that...
It's what I said. They are accomplices. These are people who are envious of Congo. Envious and jealous, and they are shameless. And they don't deserve to be called Africans. Us Africans, we have got a mission. We are the same people. You see? And it is a shame to see that we don't love one another. I come to South Africa might say, call me, I'm a Kwere Kwere. Yet, when you hear South African speaking, 80 to 70% of their languages, the vocabulary is found in Congolese languages. It's found in Zimbabwe, it's found in Lesotho, in Botswana, in Zambia. It's found in Tanzania. All the same vocabularies. And we have got scholars, and we have got leaders, but who continue inheriting those frontiers which were drawn by the white men we are unable to create harmony and peace, and we start attacking one another. Hence, poverty has rented our area.
It's supposed to be done. We got a really problem. I know that this topic we won't end it today, so we'd like also your participation if you want to be part of the show. So you are more than welcome. Our numbers on the screen. If you want to discuss more about how to develop this Africa, you know, and how to can be developed as African, so you are more than welcome. I think this thing has been told a long time ago, years, centuries after century, but unfortunately things are going from bad to worst. Before we end our show, we want to talk about Tustis, because apparently they're sort of the Great Lake of regions, the east of Africa, somewhere there, up there, territories has been robbed, Mr. Kilele, have been looted, and people are complaining about people called Tutsi coming from Rwanda. Tell me, is this group of people called Tutsi, are they really a problem to DRC this nowadays?
They have been a problem in Africa. But before I tackle that question, let me extend on the African incapacity to be Africans. Colonel Muammar Gaddafi is murdered by the Western countries. There hasn't been any African country which protested when Gaddafi Libya was attacked. None of these leaders who go to African Union summit condemned the killing of Gaddafi. But Gaddafi has been injecting money into many liberation movements in Africa, given whatever they spoke about him, dictator, whatever you call, but Gaddafi has been pumping money in many countries in Africa. He has been building hotels, he has been promoting agriculture, he bought even a satellite, telecommunication satellite for Africa, and a lot of things which million people know. None of these leaders condemned. They kept on saying a dictator has been killed. Look the stupidity of us Africans. But when a Western leader dies like that, you won't see people insulting him, mocking
people are sympathizing with them.
You won't. It is only us Africans. They are happy. They forget the good that Muammar Gaddafi has done. And we know countries where his millions have been snatched. Now, coming to this bullshit people that you call Tutsi.
Are they?
They are shit.
How?
I got a book, a collection of books called the Congo Kitabo, written in the 30s, 1930s. An American guy wrote the book, and when you read somewhere, probably page 289, it says this. The Tutsi are the most confident people in Central Africa, and probably the world's greatest liars. You understand that? That was in 1934. I've got the book.
Okay, you carry on after this, Mr. Kilele.
Furthermore, apart from that book, there is another book which was written by a German writer called Richard Kant. Maybe I'm badly pronouncing the name, Kant. The book, I got it at home, it's entitled Caput Nili. It's Latin, Caput Nili, in which it discusses the behavior, the manipulation, the sociological fabrics of a people called Tutsi. In that book, there is a philosophy by the Tutsi which is coined and embodied in a word called ubwenge. Me, I'm a Mulega. As I said, we are the same people. As the Balega, we say bwenge. Bwenge means ruse or cunningness. But as they don't teach us to lie, the Tutsi teach their children from younghood up to a certain age. They tell them, you must lie. Don't tell the truth to anybody who is not your parent. You must always lie to anybody who comes an outsider. You must have bwenge. You must have the cunningness. And this is in all the Tutsi people. Now, to come to you viewers, in 1996, I, Jemadari Vibikil Kilele, I battled it out in many media here in South Africa at SABC with the Tutsi. And at that time, people, South African people who didn't know the Tutsi, some of them considered me being crazy or tribalistic. But I kept on informing people about the danger that the Tutsi represent in Africa and in the world. At the time, Kagame sent his soldiers here, political soldiers in South Africa, to come and mislead South African opinion and people. We had a guy called Thomas Nzirantima. Another one was called, and still they are there, Bizima Karaha. But for your information, you South Africans and the world, these people practice some surgical operation on their names to hide their true identity. Hence, Bizima Kara is not Bizima Kara. His full name is Bizimana Karaha Muhetu. That is his name. He chopped it, and here is called Bizima Kara, so that it could be closer to Congolese names. Thomas Nzirantimana. His name is Thomas Nzirantima. He cut the na. It becomes Thomas Nzirantima. And there are many of them who are like that. Wherever they go in the world, they say they are Congolese people. They claim to be Congolese people. They say they are the most intelligent. They are the one who built Congo. They are this, and that. But if you are intelligent and you are the most competent, you must build, first of all, your own country. They came to mislead South Africans here that they are the Banyamulenge. And videos of my interviews are still foundable in SABC archives, where I fought these people. But because of money, people stomached whatever bullshit they were talking on television. Bizima Karahamu wetu, you are not a Congolese citizen. Thomas Nzirantimana, you are not a Congolese citizen. Deogracias Bugera, you are not a Congolese citizen. Joseph Fake Kabila, you are not a Congolese citizen. Azarias Ruberwa, you are not a Congolese citizen. And the chain is very long. All of you are Tutsi and Rwandan citizens who come from a poor country which has nothing, which has no beauty. The only mineral that you have got is a lie and pretension. Everywhere you go, you claim to be Congolese. You are not Congolese citizens. You are Africans. If you don't want to be Africans, then go to Israel, because you say you come from Israel. You are Tutsi, a very heinous tribe which has got a Machiavellian plan to create a Tutsi Hima empire in Africa. Because of your thirst of power, your greed of power, you went into exile, because you always think and want to rule. Only you want to rule in Rwanda, in Burundi. Only you. You don't want any other tribe to rule. Yet, in both Rwanda and Burundi, there are 3 tribes. There are Hutu, Tutsi, and the Batwa. The Batwa are the pygmy. Actually, the Batwa are the owner of the country. And then the Hutu. Hutu were the Bantu. You are the Nilotic. You came from Ethiopia, coming down as a cattle herders, and came to settle in Rwanda. I don't discriminate against that, because always there has been a movement of population in the world. But once we settled, we identified ourselves into or with a certain portion of land. In Congo, we don't have a tribe called the Banyamulenge. It doesn't exist, and it will never exist in Congo. There is no tribe in Congo whose name starts with Banya. It doesn't exist. We have got Ba, which represent and signify a plural. For example, Muntu, which means a human being. Yeah. Bantu, which means human beings. We don't say Banyabantu. It doesn't exist in Congo. We have got Luba and the Baluba. We don't have Banyaluba. So where did you coin this name of Banyamulenge? It doesn't exist, be it in Swahili, in Mashi, in Kirega, in no language in Congo where we find Banya. If it is children of Kilele, we say Bana Kilele. And when you go to the Arab and to the Jew, they have got this particle of word, bin and ben. I would be called Jemadari bin Kilele, or Jemadari ben Kilele, which means Jemadari fils, or child of Kilele. When you go in Arabic, you go in Hebrew, you will find that. So, us, in our languages, we say Bana Kilele and not Banya Kilele. We say Bana Kilele, not Banya Kilele. So, you missed it there. My fellow African continent, South Africans, this is a message to you. Rise up. We are all Africans. Pay attention to Tutsi from Rwanda. They are liars and they are thieves. Their job is to infiltrate people's tribes, people's organization, and to disguise themselves what they are not. So one day in South Africa, we will have Banyamulenge or Banyakwerekwere, Banyagrigamba. We will find them here. There will be a new tribe in South Africa. South Africa, wake up and pay attention to Rwandans. They are liars. They are flatterers. They have infiltrated United Nations organizations as Congolese, and it is where they defeated us. Call that politics, but we're waking up. But Congo has educated many people. Wherever they go, these people claim that they are highly educated than Congolese people. But these people are educated thanks to Congolese money. Most of them went to our schools and were financed by our bursaries. We were and still are more hospitable as the African beating heart, us Congolese. The late Rwandan president Juvenal Habyarimana studied in Congo at Alfajiri College and at the University of Kinshasa. The former Ethiopian dictator Mengistu Haile Mariam studied in Congo, did economy in Congo. Olden Roberto, the Angolan, was in exile in Congo for years. The late president of Angola was as well in Congo. Savimbi stayed in Congo for many years. Even the Congo-Brazzaville president, Denis Sassou Nguesso, was in Congo. We have accommodated many Africans because of our Africanity and Pan-Africanity. Today we are victims of the hospitality that we have shown to Africans. And we have been attacked for that weaknesses of being a Muntu, because the Bantu somewhere are naive. Mr. Paul Kagame, I am warning you again to pull out from Congo. You are not eternal. You are immortal. And your policy has put many Rwandans in danger. We have been living with you peacefully. We have accommodated you in our country. And we knew and know you as Rwandans. We can't lose track of you. No matter how long a tree or a log or a timber will lay into river, it will never turn into a fish or a crocodile. It will still remain a tree. If you go into a foreign country, respect that country's laws. Don't disregard and minimize the law. Mr. Paul Kagame and the fake and stupid Joseph Kabila, you have violated Congolese territory, and you deserve nothing better than being arrested, judged, and probably executed, because you are proven terrorist.
Anything you want to add or questions you do have to ask? Numbers on the screen. That brings us to the end of our discussion with the President's National Congolese Party, Mr. Kilele, here in South Africa in Johannesburg. I thank all of you for your support, all of you for your SMSs, all of you for your questions. I believe that we'd like to bring again Mr. Kilele in our studio to discuss more. However, if you got some questions, do not hesitate. President Kilele, thank you so much for your time. Much appreciated.
Thank you for shedding light onto many hidden issues and for educating African folks. We are all Africans, and we will remain Africans. President Mandela suffered for Africa. Patrice Lumumba suffered for Africa. Hamed Sékou Touré suffered for Africa. Muammar Gaddafi died for Africa. President Robert Mugabe fought for Africa. Jomo Kenyatta suffered for Africa. Gamal Abdel El Nasser suffered for Africa. And there are many more African leaders that I can't quote here, who taught us to be united. And here I quote the famous Jamaican singer Robert Nesta Bob Marley with his song African Unite. Let us be united.
All right, let us be united. Thank you so much. On behalf of the whole team, Congo Dialogue, we would like also to present our condolences to Morgan Tsvangirai, his family, and the political party as well, all entire Zimbabwean are supporting this #1 leader of Zimbabwe who passed on here in South Africa in Johannesburg. Obviously, the body was already deported to Zimbabwe. Obviously, during this week, he's going to be buried. All our condolences to all entire family, and those who are close and those who are far from Morgan Tsvangirai, who passed away with, he was battling with a cancer. So we say thank you to you, and until next time, Joshua Bolowa, YouTube Joshua Bolowa, Facebook Joshua Bolowa, YouTube Congo Dialogue. We'll meet again. Bye.